develop a practice of reading passage in one go and understanding what is the crux of the passage, understanding what is the implication of the passage, understanding what the author wants to convey you in the passage. Most of the passage you will solve irrespective of directive. This is second session of reading comprehension class, and I hope all of you have watched the first session and have done the homework. Why I'm stressing on doing the first session and doing the homework? Because what I'm going to tell you in this class, you will not understand if you have not done the first session. So if any one of you who has joined has not done the first session, I would request to just drop and do the first session first and then watch this recording. Anyways, I'm going to upload this recording on YouTube. Okay, take care. So today I'm going to explain some of the most important themes like keywords or the directives of the reading comprehension. We are going to solve different types of directives like in Crux. They are asking, yes, good evening all of you. Now please do not unnecessarily message because it will keep on popping up in the message box. Okay, let us start the session. So I am going to explain things and I'm going to give you time where you can ask your doubt. Okay, then you can unmute and speak. Then you can definitely message in the comment box also. Let me first explain the things. Okay, so there are so many directive keywords that UPSC is asking in CSAT paper. For example, they're asking crux of the passage, central idea of the passage, implication, inference of the passage, or assumption of the passage, right? We have already seen how we are supposed to approach to solving RC question, like how you are supposed to read, how you are supposed to think on the options, how you are supposed to logically, illogically judge the options. All these things we have done in the session 1. In this session, we are going to practice it more with directives, meaning taking into consideration so that you are able to go towards a right answer. Okay? Now, I will prove two things in this session till the end. If you are there and you are able to observe, I will prove two things. One thing is that RC is very easy. It's some kind of stress or tension that you are taking that is making it difficult. If you just follow whatever I'm telling, you will be free. Yes, everybody, please mute yourself. Okay, questions will be very easy. Second thing is that the directives, whatever implication, inferences, assumption, whatever they are asking, they are not having that big role into the answer. Okay, anyways, you are going to eliminate two options and you are stuck on the 50-50 option where you have to take a call, and there the directives can help you a bit. Okay, so not much role of the directive, but yes, definitely we are going to practice it. Okay, let us start. Yes, Suresh, any challenge?
Ma'am, last class we have given some homework to do. We are going to do that, or is there anything?
No.
I'm just reminding.
Today I am going to take the session. At the end, we can discuss all the other questions. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let me just finish the today's agenda and today's session. Okay. Okay. Now I'm sharing my screen. You can lower your hand. Okay. I'm sharing my screen and let us do the today's things. Okay. Is it visible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So everyone who is watching this session, like a second session, is requested to see this first session, which is already uploaded on the YouTube. Okay, so this instruction is for those who are doing this second session directly. So there is first session in which I have explained all the foundation, all the basic things, and that you are going to do, and then you are going to understand what I am telling in the second session. Okay. Yes, and those who are watching this lecture on YouTube, I request you to go and visit my Telegram channel. There I am sharing lots of notes, strategy, my insights into preparation. If you find it useful, please do join and subscribe and also share it. This way we can grow this sincere community. Okay, now coming to the agenda of the day. Understanding the directive meanings. So first and foremost thing, we are not going to keep a lot of stress, or we are not going to keep lot of assumptions in our mind regarding directives. We are going to go simple and we are going to see if we are able to solve the things. Okay. Now there are so many questions which are very straightforward. There are no directives In those, they are just asking whether which of the following statements are correct or incorrect, that kind of things. Okay, so that is I am clubbing into straightforward category that we will do at the end. Okay, so first directive we are going to understand is the message of author. Okay, so what I have done, I hope all of you have 2022, 2023 and 24 CSAT hard copy paper with you, so that we can solve any of these questions. We'll be able to see if we are able to do the things. Okay, so message of author is a directive which is asked by UPSC in some of the questions. It is asking what is the message of the author, what is the critical message of the author, what is the logical, implicable, practical message of the author. That kind of directives are there. So I am going to ask you to solve question. Let us suppose you solve question 34 of CSE 2023. Open question 34 in CSE 2023. Solve in 1 minute. You have 1 minute. Okay, everyone. Question 34 CSE 2023. Question 34 CSE 2023. Okay, done. If you are done, this message. If you are solving it, so I'm going to mute the sound, that is that message incoming sound. Okay, in between I will keep on checking the message. If you want to say something, you just message me. Okay, in between I will keep on checking. Okay, so if everybody has solved the things, okay, so we are doing question 34 CSE 2023, right? So question 34 CSE 2023. Okay, so this is the question. Okay, so what is the paragraph? This paragraph is like, it is talking about that organic farming is inherently safer and healthier is a claim, but reality is different. It is young, well regulated, not well regulated. So products are harming the customer. Farmers are not understanding what to do with the chemicals. They are spraying in less or more quantity. It can damage the nervous system. This is the crux. These are the things that I have circled. Okay, so I hope you are and my circles are matching most of the times. Okay, now it is asking about which of the following statements best reflect of the following statements best reflect the most logical, rational, and practical message. Can you see whatever they are saying? Logical, rational, practical. It is talking about message of the paragraph. Okay, right. Okay. So what is our rule? We will read all the options. If we feel that something is very logical, we will feel that this may not be the answer. This way, we are trying to eliminate something even before we are cross-checking. Okay. So in India, organic farming should not be promoted as a substitute for conventional farming. Is it the case?
Not logical.
Logical.
All these illogical things.
It's illogical.
Okay. So definitely not. So I'm feeling that this may or may not be the answer. Mostly not the answer. Okay. I'm reading the second thing. There are no safe organic. Can you mute Suresh, who is unmute? Okay, so there are no safe organic alternatives to chemical fertilizer. This is completely illogical. You don't even need to think about whether this passage is talking about this or not. Okay, completely illogical. So B is already gone. Okay, then C. In India, farmers need to be guided and helped to make their organic farming sustainable. Okay, this can be the thing.
It is there in passage.
But we have to check. Okay. Then D, the aim of organic farming should not be to generate huge profit, as there is still no global market for its product. First of all, it is not logical that it is not having any global market for its product. It is having huge market. Okay, so I am not finding this as logical, but still I will check whether this passage is talking about market or not. The passage is not talking about its market and its profit. It is talking about the limits and everything. Okay, so for me this option is also illogical. So I am remaining with only C. So I will just cross check once that if it is talking about farmers need to be guided in organic farming. So yes, because this passage is saying that that this farmers are not knowing how to spray, what to apply, and it is causing the damage to the system. So everybody comfortable? Answer is C. Done? Okay. Now let us solve question 11 CSC 2022. Question 11 CSC 2022. Only 1 minute. Okay. Question 11. Yes. Done? Everyone? Good. Start messaging your answer also, है so that we will see how many students are getting it right.
And
ठीक है? Okay. So okay, so let us do question 11. Okay, question 11 CSE 2022. So here this passage is talking about in the simple market like shoemaking. In a simple matter like shoemaking, we think only of a trained person. So we are taking shoe from a trained person. But in politics, we are feeling that if a person is getting huge vote, the person is very good in administration. This is our assumption. Okay. When we are ill, we are going to a trained physician. But here we are talking about, the physician has a degree, the physician has a qualification, vagara, vagara. But when whole state is ill, why we are not going to the wisest and the best? So this passage is showing us a dark side of maybe today's politics, that people are not being judged by their background and training or their qualification. They are just being judged by their number of votes and they are getting elected and administered. So what is the message of the author? Okay. So in message, always look for author is trying to tell us something which we may have ignored in the past. Author is trying to tell us something which is helpful for us in the future. Author is trying to warn something, or author is pointing out something which is challenging. Okay? So these kind of messages will be there. So A, I am reading. We assume that in a democracy, any politician is qualified. So first option is I am reading. In a democracy, we assume that any politician is qualified to administer a state. Okay, so this is the statement which is definitely given. Okay, right? But let us read the second statement, because this is like a normal statement. It is not sounding like a message, but still let us read the next statement and then take the call. Politicians should be selected from the from those trained in administration. Okay, yes,
yes, it is mentioning.
Okay, then yes. Suresh, please do not talk in between. I will ask later on. Okay. So C, we need to devise a method of barring incompetence from the public office. Okay. Now the author is not talking about. So method of barring incompetence, this author is not talking about directly, but his future implication or his tone is like that. Okay. So I'm thinking what to do with this option. Then as a voter, as voters select their administrators, the eligibility of politicians to administer a state cannot be questioned. So this is a very logical thing. It is not going in sync with the message of the passage. Definitely out of this 4 statement, as voters select their administrators, their eligibility of the eligibility of the politicians to administer the state cannot be questioned. This is illogical statement. So I am definitely going to cross this D. Okay, for sure. Now I am thinking about what to do with the rest of the things. Okay. Now I am going and just simply cross-checking in 1 second what type of circles I have done. Okay. So we assume that in a democracy, any politician is qualified to administer a state, definitely. So here we are talking about if the person is getting vote, the person is knowing how to administer. This is given. Then politicians should be selected from those trained in administration. This is given here, not given directly. So they are talking that if we are ill, we are going to a trained physician. So state is ill, we should go to a trained person. Statement 1, here the directive role is there. Statement 1, is it a message or is it just a fact? Anyone? Is it sounding like a message, a warning, a thing which you should take into consideration, or this is simple statement or fact which is given in the
statement? Maybe it is a fact.
Yes, it is normal statement, it is normal fact, okay, compared to B and C, which is sounding like an advice, which is sounding like a message. Okay. Now I have to choose between B and C. Politicians should be selected from those trained in administration first. We need to devise a method of barring incompetence from the public offices. How many of you chose B? You can unmute and tell me. How many of
Yes,
you
ma'am.
chose B? Like Teja chose B. Yes, you can raise your hand. That is also fine. Rather than comment, raise your hand. Yamini chose B. Okay. Okay. Yes. Okay. Now, here there are two things. One thing is that we may feel that B option is directly implication, is the directly, no, not implication. B option is directly given, directly stated uh, in the paragraph, and that is why it is like a message. Okay. And C, the paragraph is not talking about, so it is not sounding like a message. Always remember, out of 30, let us suppose 30 RC questions, 2 to 3 questions will be there, which even if you master RC like anything, you will be not be able to solve because you will be trapped. Okay, and we have to accept the UPSC wala thing. But what we can, UPSC wala answer, but what we can infer from this, we can think why UPSC is giving the C option, right? And then we can apply the same thing into some other question where we are feeling that this can be a trap. Are you understanding? So I used to learn this. So what I used to do, I used to solve the PYQ. Whatever questions I am making wrong, I used to see why UPSC is giving the other option. I used to make that as a learning. And whenever I am stuck in future in similar situation, I used to apply that learning and I used to get the question mostly right. Understanding everybody? Okay? So that's why I chose this question, because definitely people are going to choose the option B here. Okay. Okay. Now in B, it is talking about politicians should be selected from those trained in administration. And C, it is talking about we need to devise a method of barring incompetence from the public offices. See, as per my opinion, with the limited understanding that what I have observed is that C is having little bit more comprehensiveness than B. The passage is talking about we have become, such a people that we are accepting anybody who is getting the vote. There are so many people who are already there into the offices and the whole state is ill, vagera, 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 right? So just rather than just politicians should be selected from a trained administration, go for a future warning kind of method, futuristic solution where you have to devise the method. People are not even entering into the politics, which are not having training or which are not having the things, because a physician will enter into the profession only after getting the training, only after getting the qualification, only by passing a method. Okay, understanding? So let us suppose you are stuck into two options in future in solving an RC passage. Okay, and you are feeling that one option is mentioned, another option is not mentioned. But try to weigh their weightage. What option is sounding more comprehensive? Is this option addressing the wholesomeness of the passage or not? Even after doing this, if you are selecting B and getting this question wrong, it's okay. Out of 30 passages, even if you master RC, 2 or 3 are going to be wrong. Understanding everybody? Okay? So you don't need to worry. So that's why I chose this question and tried to explain the things. But let us suppose you are not stuck in A and B and C and you are choosing A and D, then you are already out of the track. Okay? So either you are stuck in B and C, that is a good sign that a person is solving this passage very correctly. You should not be stuck in A and D for sure. Okay? Okay. Now, there are only 3 to 4 types of categories. Okay. So one is like your message of the author. Okay. So this is like your message of the author. Okay. And similar to message, we have tone of the passage. Okay. Tone of the passage. Then crux is another category. Okay. Okay. So now, just like message of the author, let us do the tone of the passage. So question 51 CSE 2022. Solve in 1 minute. Okay, so 2022, question 51. So this is the passage. So it is talking about in an economic organization, productivity of machines should lead to a very good life of leisure. So let us suppose machines are there, so many machines are there, so much of productivity is there. So you are leading a life of leisure, okay? And much leisure is apt to the tedious except those who are intelligent activities. So it is just saying that leisure is there, everything is there. but those who are intelligent, they will be able to take the benefit of that productively. Those who are educated, they will be able to enjoy that. Otherwise, it is not of any use, वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है? Now, which of the following statement best reflect the underlying tone of the passage? ठीक है? So one thing is very clear: leisured population is to be happy, it must be educated. So machines are leading to leisure. Leisure is leisured population to be happy, they need education. This is the correlation. Now, the option A is only an educated population can best make use of benefits of economic progress. Okay, it is going in sync with the passage, but it is saying that only an educated population. So I'm little cautious. I will think whether I should go with the option of this option or not, and I will see whether other options are getting eliminated. Okay, so B, all economic development should aimed at creation of leisure. This is illogical. Okay, this passage is not talking about this all economics should do this and everybody should be leisure वगैरह वगैरह. It is talking about linkages of machines, ledgers and education. ठीक है? C. So this is illogical. I am cross cutting it. ठीक है? An increase in the educated population of a country leads to an increase in the happiness of its people. Okay. Okay. So this kind of combination this passage is talking about. So I will think about it one more time and then only I will take the call. So A and C I am considering. B I have eliminated. D is like use of machines should be encouraged in order to create a large ledger population. This is illogical. Okay, so it is talking ki if machines are there, ledger, life of ledger can be there, but it is not saying that you should have lots of machines and you should create lots of ledger. Okay, so B, according to me, B and D is sounding very, very, out of the context, not going in sync with the passage or the asked question. Okay, I am thinking on A and C. Okay, most of you might be stuck on A and C only. Okay, now I will cross check whether A or whether C is can be the answer. So underlying tone of the passage. Now A is talking about only an educated population can best make use of the benefit of economic progress. So it is talking about a leisure population must be educated. Leisure population is coming out of productivity of machine. Productivity of machine is a sign of a development or maybe economic progress. Okay, this I can infer, but it is talking about only. So I will think one more time. C, an increase in the educated population of a country leads to an increase in the happiness of its people. Not necessary. So it is like increase in the educated population is leading to happiness, but that educated population must be educated with a view to enjoyment as well as the direct usefulness of the technical knowledge. Understanding this condition is making this statement wrong. Everybody with me? And that is why even if I am not that in sync with this option, I am marking A as the answer because C is definitely not the answer. Okay, okay, yes. Ujjwala, can you unmute and tell me your doubt? Raise your hands, those who are having doubts.
Ma'am, can you please explain again how D is illogical?
Okay, okay. So D is talking about use of machines should be encouraged in order to create a large ledger population. Tell me, this paragraph is talking about creating large ledger population, or this is talking about how machines, ledger and education is correlated. We have to figure out tone of the passage, right? We cannot just take one fact of the passage and say that this is the tone of the passage. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes. So this happened yesterday also. Like there will be some statement which you are feeling is like true, maybe. Okay? But is this the in sync with the direction of the question? Is this the crux of the passage? Is this the summary of the passage? Is this the message of the passage? Is this the implication of the passage? This you have to cross check when you are stuck on 50-50. Yes, Bhagesh.
Ma'am, can you please repeat why not C?
So C is talking about an increase in the educated population of a country leads to an increase in the happiness of its people. So this is giving a direct relationship that educated population means happiness. Okay? But there is this condition, no, that if a leisured population is to be happy, it must be educated. So leisured population is being happy when it is educated with a view of enjoyment as well as direct usefulness of that technical knowledge. There is this condition. Understanding? And also it is not having a direct relation. It is saying increase in the educated population of a country leads to increase. But this is This is reverse, no? This is talking about leisured population is there. Then if it is educated, then it is happy. But this option is saying that if you increase the education, happiness is automatically increasing. Understanding?
Ma'am, the
Yes,
last
ma'am.
statement you
Education
said,
need not to be all technical, need not be true. So it is not.
Necessary. Not necessary. This is true. There are conditions.
ma'am, the last statement you said that the correlation between leisured population and the correlation between educated population and happiness. That can you repeat?
Okay, so this is like if a leisured population is to be, there is lots of machines, so it is creating leisure. Now this leisure population, if it needs to be happy, it needs to be educated. And if it needs to be educated, but in a direction of this usefulness, that they should know the technical knowledge, they should know the viewpoint of enjoyment and everything. But this C option is saying that if you have an educated population, they are already happy. So the relation is not the same the way passage is talking about. Understanding?
Yes, ma'am. Got
Okay,
it.
yes. Okay, see, this is not difficult. What happens now? We under pressure or solving it fatafat, we do not even think about options and we do not even think about the passage meaning. So the best solution for this is that develop a practice of reading passage in one go and understanding what is the crux of the passage, understanding what is the implication of the passage, understanding what the author wants to convey you in the passage. So this everything that I have solved for your class. So I sat like a normal student and I just read the passage once and I was solving the answers. Understanding still today also I can remember my habit of solving the RC. So practice it so well that you are reading a passage in one go and you are absorbing everything from that passage in your brain automatically. Then solving the question, eliminating two options will be very easy. Okay, once you eliminate two options, taking answer out of the remaining two options will be a very easy task. Understanding everybody? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, this passage was a little bit difficult than the earlier one we solved, I guess.
See, there will be difficult passages. There will be, no, it is not difficult. It is like you read the passage once, but you could not infer and you could not absorb the facts in the passages. That's why you got confused in the options.
Yeah, ma'am. So what do we do with these passages? Because while solving also, I tried to read it again, but I mean.
No. So, okay. First of all, nobody please. Okay, okay. I will check the messages in between. In sharing screen, I will not be able to check. So you have to develop the skill of reading passage in one go and understanding everything. So what do? You do all the PYQ and develop that skill. You take the editorials. So the Hindu or the Indian Express editorial, left side wala chota editorial. So they have 2 paragraphs. So you read one paragraph in one go and you should understand each and everything in that paragraph. You read second paragraph in one go, you should understand each and everything in that paragraph. If that skill is honed, you are reading passage in one go, you are not confused in option, you are eliminating 2 options, you are remaining with the 2 options and you are cross-checking them with the paragraph circle and you are done. Okay? With practice, everybody can achieve this. I have solved these passages for your class with that approach only. I was reading the passage once and I was just eliminating 2 options. I am cross-checking the remaining 2 options. Okay? Okay. So let us do, any other doubt, anyone? Okay. So now let us do. So I have chosen simple plus difficult plus confusing passages so that everybody will be clear of their doubts. So now, similarly, tone of the passage, similar to the tone of the passage, we have crux or summary of the passage. So let us do question 34 CSC 2022. Question 34 CSC 2022, you have 1 minute. Try to read with a very high focus, laser sharp concentration. Just do not read for the sake of I am telling you to read. Okay? Read as if your life is dependent on that passage. You are sitting in exam hall and you are trying to read in one go and trying to make the answer correct. Okay, crux and summary of the passage. Question 34 CSC 2022. Question 34. Okay, ठीक है. I think I missed solving it. I will solve it on the spot. So this question is, right, this is the question 34. ठीक है. This question is, with steady economic growth, higher literacy and increasing skill levels, the number of Indian middle class families has gone up exponentially. Okay, so it is talking about so many factors which is leading to middle class family growth. Okay, direct results of the affluence have been changes in dietary patterns. Okay, so it is talking about now results, changes in dietary patterns, energy consumption level, वगैरह वगैरह. People have moved to a higher protein based diet like milk products, fish and meat, all of which need significantly more water to produce than cereal based diet. Now it is talking about transition. Something has happened and that is why it is causing something different things. Okay, increasing use of electronic and electrical machines, gadgets and motor vehicles needs more and more energy, and generation of energy needs water. Okay, so economic growth and everything, literacy is changed, middle class population increased. Result is like they are changing dietary patterns, consumption patterns. They are not they are consuming high protein things, okay, which needs water. They are using electronics, machines, gadgets, etc., which needs energy, which needs water. Understanding? So this is the relation that this passage is talking about. Now it is talking about which of the following statements best reflects the crux of the passage. Okay, so I am reading the first statement. People should be persuaded to continue with the mainly Indian tradition cereal based diets. Okay, so in one sentence it is definitely talking about that cereal based diet is changed to the protein based diet. But I am thinking whether this is crux of the passage. Crux of the passage is going in some line that it is talking about this is needing water, this is needing water, this is needing water. Okay, so this may be a plain statement but cannot be crux. So I'm thinking. So I read A and I thought like that. B, India needs to focus on developing agriculture productivity and capacity for more energy generation in the coming years. So this paragraph, rather than agriculture productivity and energy generation, it is talking about how water is getting consumed. So the tone is kind of like that. Okay, so I'm feeling like maybe this is also not the crux, but I will read the next sentences. Modern technological development results in the change in cultural and social behavior of the people. Okay, yes, so there is this economic growth, some changes in the skill level. So people are changing to the diet, people are changing to the habits of their habits of diet, their habits of using electronic devices, वगैरह. So social behavior, I am just thinking cultural and social behavior. Yes, definitely it can be. Let me read the D option. Water management practices in India need to change dramatically in the coming years. Okay, so this is the only option where the water is being focused. Everybody agree? Okay, everyone agree?
Yes, ma'am.
So this passage was talking about something has happened, middle class family increased. This has direct result in dietary pattern which needs water. They are using this, which needs water. They are doing this, which needs water. So the link is going to be with the water, and there is no other option which is talking about water. Okay, so my thinking is like D can be the answer. Now let me just think A, B, and C, can they be answer? So I'm thinking like D can be the answer because it is talking about water, and what it is saying that water management practices in India need to change dramatically in the coming years because the trend shows that middle income family increasing, protein diet increasing, gadgets increasing, electronic devices increasing, and everything is requiring water. So India has less amount of water, so kuch to karna padega. So this kind of statement is option D. Now I'm thinking people should be persuaded to continue with the mainly cereal based. So then A is like only one aspect of the passage. It is not talking about electronic gadgets, which is also talked in the passage. It is not talking about water. So this is very very lopsided or very small portion of the passage. So I am definitely eliminating A. Now B, India needs to focus on developing agriculture productivity and capacity for more energy generation. What about middle class? What about water? What about everything else? And the crux of the passage is something related to water, not agriculture productivity. Okay? So C is like modern technological developments result in change in the cultural and social behavior of people. Yes, definitely. It is showing that something has happened, middle class is changing, this is happening, that is happening. But I hope nobody is confused in option D. If there is one more option like B or C, if it is involving water, then you would have been little more confused whether I should choose D or C, because both of them are talking about water. Are you confused in C and D? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
No? Yes, Harshita, you have raised the hand.
Ma'am, I was confused between B and D.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't want to agree with the option D because I can see one extreme statement dramatically. So I was.
No, 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 no. No, no, no. So dramatically may sound extreme, but this is dramatic changes that we are observing. Dramatic is like not India needs to change, altogether its water management technique, or India has very severe critical something. So dramatically it is saying because everything is getting related to water and everything is getting changed. So dramatically in that context.
Okay, okay, ma'am, got it.
हाँ ठीक है. Okay. Anybody else who got confused in any other option?
Yes, ma'am, with respect to option C and option D.
Yes. So C and D पे confuse हो सकता है. ठीक है. C and D definitely I can agree that you can get confused, but
Ma'am, because only 10% of the statement is saying about water management. It is saying about the changes in the pattern of people.
No. But whatever changes it is talking about, it is going and leading to the water. Can you observe this? With steady economic growth, ये हो गया, वो हो गया, middle class आ गया. ठीक है. Now middle class has gone up exponentially. Direct result of affluence have been changes in dietary pattern, consumption level. People have moved to a higher protein based diet like milk, वगैरह वगैरह, all of which need significantly more water to produce. ठीक है. It is definitely talking about changes happened, this happened, that happened, but it is linking it with something which is related to something else. Understanding? Then now first theme is done. Now it is second talking about increasing the use of electronics and electrical gadgets, वगैरह वगैरह, motor vehicle, more and more energy generation. Energy needs water. This passage is leading you to link all these things with water. Understanding? Okay, it has to, if it has to plainly talk about changes in the people's cultural and social behavior, why it is stressing on water?
Yes, ma'am, but it is talking about the crux of the passage, no.
Huh?
So the crux can be about the whole of the thing and not just about just to the part of water.
Okay, so I agree. If option C is the answer, then the paragraph should have been direct result of the affluence have been changes in the dietary patterns, वगैरह वगैरह. People have moved to a higher protein-based diet, वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है. Now this statement you do not need it if your answer is C. ठीक है. Now, using use of electronics and electrical machines and gadgets and motor vehicles needs more and more energy. These statements you do not need. If you energy also, if your answer is C, your statements would simply be increasing use of electronic and electrical machines and gadgets is now seen in people's behavior. Getting?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, ठीक है. Anyone else? Any other doubt?
So, ma'am, in this type, we just have to consider which area the passage is coming back again and again. And
not that, where the passage is leading you. Understanding? If the passage is simply, let us suppose whatever I have scribbled, okay, so this is not given in the passage. So your answer will be different, no? So let us suppose this line is not there. This line is not there. Now tell me what is the crux of the passage. Read everybody. This line is not there. This line is not there. Now tell me what is the crux of the passage. Understanding the difference?
Option C meant for this. This option C can be.
For
if it
this,
is.
answer can be option C. Yes, Nidhi, understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. See, these are learnings. Don't feel that how come my answer is going wrong. You know why I have chosen all these passages, because I want you to learn with every passage. Okay, these are learnings so that you do not make mistakes in your actual prelims. Okay. Okay. Now next question that we are solving is question 32 CSE 2023. Okay. Question 32 CSE 2023. If you are done, let me know. think about crux. Do not think about in parts, like, something which is not addressing the whole passage demand. And I hope you are solving the passage with murmuring. C. Try to incorporate your learnings from the last passage solving, last directions that might gone wrong for you. Okay? Okay, so in India, the segregation of municipal waste at source is rare. Okay, so it is talking about segregation at source. Okay, recycling is mostly with the informal sector. More than 3/4 of the municipal budget goes into collection and transportation, which leaves very little for processing, resource recovery, and disposable. Okay, okay. So transportation versus processing is the dilemma. Where does waste to energy fit into all these things? Ideally, it fits into the chain after segregation. Okay, so segregation between wet waste and the rest, collection, recycling, and before getting to the landfill. So ideally, waste to energy fits into chain after segregation. So after segregation, before landfill. Okay. Which technology is most appropriate in converting waste to energy depends on what is the waste, that is biodegradable or non-biodegradable, and its calorific value, and biodegradable component of India's municipal solid waste is little over. Okay, so biodegradable is more. Okay, and biomethanation offers the best solution for processing. Okay, so only 3 to 4 things. One is segregation at source is very challenging in India. It is with informal sector. There is dilemma whether you should invest in transport or processing or energy recovery. Then segregation between after segregation and before landfill, there is a chance that you can do waste to energy thing. In India, biodegradable is more, and it is biomethanation which is suitable. So after reading a passage within few microsecond, like within microsecond, you should understand all these things that I am telling. Okay, understanding Bhagyesh, if you can do this, then you will not be confused in answer. Two options you will definitely eliminate. Okay, okay. So now 32. Which of the following statement best reflect the crux of the passage? 1. Generation of energy from municipal solid waste is inexpensive. It is not talking about cost anywhere. Is it talking about cost? Okay. Then, okay, so I'm thinking this might not be the answer. Biomethanation is the most ideal way of generating energy from municipal solid waste. Okay, yes, definitely. It is talking about biomethanation here. Okay, it is talking about biodegradable component of India's municipal solid waste is little over 50%, and biomethanation offers a major solution for the processing of the same. This is one line from the passage, but I'm thinking whether this is crux of the passage. Okay, then I'm reading other options. Segregation of municipal solid waste is the first step in ensuring success of waste to energy plants. Okay, this is also a line which we can see here. Can you see that segregation at source is rare in India? So informal sector सब कुछ कर रहा है. Ideal thing is segregation and landfill के बीच में you can fit in a waste to energy. Can you see it has set the narrative and it has asked a question, where does waste to energy fit into all these things, and it is giving you a solution कि waste to energy यहाँ पे आएगा. It is like this, and in waste to energy you have to talk about biodegradable, non-biodegradable, and this is the method. Okay, so this I am understanding. Okay, so then one is completely gone. I am doing B and C. I am thinking what can be the answer. Then D, the biodegradable component of India's municipal solid waste is not adequate to provide energy from waste to. ये तो नहीं है. Definitely all of you eliminated D. Okay, it is not talking about whether this is giving more energy or less energy. Okay, so if you read passage carefully, you will definitely eliminate A and D. Okay, now you are stuck in biomethanation is the most ideal way of generating energy from municipal solid waste, or segregation of municipal solid waste is the first step in ensuring success to waste to energy plant. Now you tell me if you have chosen B, why? Anyone chosen
You
B?
cannot.
Yes, Suresh.
Segregation of municipal solid waste is the first step. We cannot say it is the first step, ideally.
Okay.
But after
Okay. So
segregation
that's
is
B.
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay, those who chose C, why you chose C? Those who
Ma'am,
chose
uh, ma'am, the crux of the passage is lies in the seventh line in the passage. Where does waste to energy
yes, very
fit
good, very
into
good,
all
Harshita.
this?
Very good, Harshita. So it is setting a narrative, it is talking about something, and then it is asking a question, where does you are fitting waste to energy into all these things? Then it is talking about waste to energy, yahan pe aayega, then it is after segregation, then it is this. If you do not do segregation, waste to energy, to bhul hi jao. And it is the first line of this passage. In India, segregation of municipal waste is rare. If you do not do segregation, waste to energy, to chhodi do. Anyone else, any other thought? So, Suresh, have you observed that biomethanation offers a major solution in this is a fact statement. It is not crux. Understanding the difference between a fact statement, a normal true statement, and a crux of the passage. What is the directive of this passage? In that tune, are you going? Understanding? Anyone, any other
Yes,
thought?
ma'am.
Yes, Bhagyesh.
Ma'am, just to understand, if can there be this logic used that if we are confused in a statement, like for example, C is the option, and I want to recheck it if it's correct, can I go to the passage and see where the word segregation is used multiple
So
times? Is
definitely I
that
am
correct?
verifying. Definitely I am verifying. So I have segregation at source is rare. Then I have waste to energy between segregation and before landfill.
So, ma'am, I'm trying to understand, is this logic correct if the word comes repeatedly in the
No,
passage?
no, 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 no,
Right?
no,
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 no.
right?
No, it is not like that the word is coming repeatedly. It is like passage is stressing on that word in some different angles. That segregation is rare, then where you are fitting this, then segregation is important, all these things. Just because it is getting repeated, don't think that this is the answer.
Yeah, ma'am, I mean, not the word per se, but the
Theme,
topic is
theme.
being, yeah,
Yeah, theme. Yes, yes, definitely. Where the passage is leading you. In the last passage, the passage was leading you to water. In every statement, it is linking it to water. In everything, it is talking about water. Understanding? So definitely, water will get repeated, but that should not be the criteria for answer. You are understanding that it is leading to water should be the answer. Criteria for answer. Okay?
right, ma'am, because last passage actually led to water. This passage
Yes.
did not come to segregation that hard.
No, no. So in every passage, the rule will not be the same.
Right.
It
Right.
is like the theme. It is talking repeatedly about a theme that segregation is challenging है, segregation कहाँ पर है, कहाँ पे fit करे, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है? Yes, Suresh.
Ma'am, here the first startingly he's mentioning segregation. He's talking about segregation. Again, he's asking where it fits. Again, methanation is just only a process, but his whole topic is talking about segregation only, ma'am.
So that is why, na. So this whole theme, whole narrative, like for all the arguments and everything, it is talking about the segregation and everything. And again, I am telling you, out of the 4 given things, I am feeling that segregation wala option is the best suitable. Again, if there is something else which is more suitable than segregation, तो वो तो आंसर हो जाएगा. समझ में आ रहा है? We are not playing
Yes, ma'am.
in RC. Never play that this is the answer. In RC, play that this is not the answer, so this is the answer. ठीक है? Yes, प्रेरणा, any doubt?
मैम यहाँ पे फोकस किया जा रहा है कि कैसे वेस्ट से एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस होगा होल पैसेज में, तो थीम वही हो सकता है ना कि जिससे कैसे वेस्ट से एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं हम लोग.
हाँ,
तो ऑप्शन सी सेग्रीगेशन की जगह अगर हम वेस्ट और एनर्जी पे फोकस करके लेंगे तो वो सही होगा ना.
हाँ, ओके, ठीक है. So you are saying that where does waste to energy fits into? So you are saying the theme is not segregation, theme is waste to energy. And for that, biomethanation is the answer.
मैम हम कह रहे हैं कि ऑप्शन सी इसलिए भी करेक्ट हो सकता है क्योंकि सेग्रीगेशन की जगह अगर हम लोग वेस्ट टू एनर्जी पे भी फोकस हो रहा है ना पैसेज में.
Okay, okay, okay. हाँ, you are saying like that. हाँ. See, like those who are not getting the answer, ठीक है, they will be confused कि ये क्यों हो रहा है, वो क्यों हो रहा है, वो क्यों हो रहा है. I am very sure out of the participants, like those who have got the answer, they are feeling like कि ये तो इतना simple है, why people are asking the doubts. Am I right? Am I right? ठीक है. So it's just matter of practice that whether you are understanding that passage and you are going to answer or not. It is matter of practice. ठीक है? Okay. Now let's go to the next thing. Central idea. So like the crux and summary of the thing, it is central idea of the passage. So solve question 13 CSE 2024. ठीक है, question 13 CSE 2024. Let us do it quickly. We are utilizing a lot of time. Question 13 CSE 2024. So we are doing question central idea, question 13 of CSE 2024. Okay, so this is question 13. Okay, so question 13, it is like it is talking about that there are so many there are voices on internet, and those who are having high capital, they will have more opinion and more space. Okay, now in politics, what happens if you are getting a louder voice, others is suffering. Okay, and that quality of politics is suffering. And social media focus is only on doing the content generation which is engaging, and it is not promotion of content that may generate more users, more engagement, and inflammation हो जाए, कुछ भी हो जाए, they are not thinking about it. So social media algorithm different है. So this is the idea of the passage. ठीक है? Now, so definitely while reading this passage, are you thinking that this is going in negative way of social media? So there is something negative about social media. Are you getting this feeling while reading the passage? ठीक है? Definitely. Now, if I have understood and I'm getting this feeling that it is going in negative direction, option में कोई positive होगा, तो I'm definitely not thinking that this can be the answer. इतना तो confidence आना चाहिए. Which of the following statements best reflect the central idea about the passage? एक है constructed as a marketplace of views, social media ensures instant access to information. This is okay. This is plain statement. ठीक है? Now let me read next. Social media are not ideal or moral institutions, but the products built by companies to make profit. This is going in sync with the passage tone कि वो थोड़ा negative है, but I am still not sure whether this is answer. C. Social media have been created to strengthen democracy is illogical. This passage is talking about negativity of social media, so ये तो answer हो ही नहीं सकता. ठीक है, so C, I am outrightly negating. Then in today's world, social media are inevitable for well-informed social life. Okay, but this passage is not talking about benefits of social media or inevitability of social media. It is talking about social media has an algorithm which is not serving the purpose of some parts of the sections of the society or politics of India, वगैरह वगैरह. So D is also not feeling the answer. ठीक है? Are you with me that you were stuck on A and B and then you need to just think once and choose? Now A is like constructed as a marketplace of views. Social media ensures instant access to information. It is talking about information, and the passage is talking about content generate more users regardless of how inflammatory it is. It is also talking about quality of politics suffer because louder is getting the voice, not the quality. Understanding? Anybody chose A or any other option than B? And what was your reason? Anyone?
No, ma'am.
Good. All of you chose B? Most
Yes.
of us B hai. Let me check.
Ma'am, actually, I chose C because in the first line itself, not every voice and politics suffers, elections. So I considered that it is talking about democracies. I didn't consider the tone of passage that it is going negative.
No. So the moment you were reading the passage, it was like definitely you felt negative tone.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Then why you are choosing C? है ना? ये तो सबसे पहले eliminate करना चाहिए.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
ठीक है? Okay. Yes. Okay. This was easy. Kind of easy question, all of you. ठीक है? Now let us see. Assumption. Now here we are ending one aspect, like there is like message of the author, tone of the author, ये एक type के हैं. Second is like crux of the passage, central idea of the passage, theme of the passage. ठीक है, ये एक type हो गया. Now comes the real thing: assumptions, inference, and implication. So many of you have felt that this is a little confusing. ठीक है, so let us understand what is assumption. So tell me, what is the difference between assumption and inference? What is assumption in layman term? Anybody?
That is not rightly given in the passage.
No,
Ma'am,
not
assumption can have
passage.
assumption.
Normal assumption definition.
Ma'am, assumptions can have multiple possibilities, not just one, but many.
So you are seeing something and you are thinking about something which you are not seeing, but you are assuming that that can be right. Okay. Okay. What can be inference?
It
What
should
can
be direction from the passage.
What
Huh?
I as a reader infer from the passage, what I opine from the passage.
So what is the difference between assumption and inference if we talk in technical terms?
Assumptions is author's point of view, whereas inference is the reader's point of view.
Okay, so that can be one thing, but clearly assumption is something you are just reading and your mind is creating some thoughts. You don't know whether this is right or wrong. You don't know whether this is true or false. You are assuming. Inference is like there is one fact, there is one another fact, there is another fact, and you are deriving a conclusion scientifically. That is inference. Everybody understanding that subtle difference? Now tell me, what is implication?
Can you please
I
explain
will
again?
repeat. I will repeat. So assumption, I would say, is based on, it is not based on fact. It is based on implicit ideas, or it is based on you are seeing something and you have life experiences. Let us suppose I will take an example, so it will be little clear. Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. I have taken a common life example so that you will understand. Okay, so can you see Sarah walked into the office dripping wet and carrying a closed umbrella. Just imagine Sarah walked into office dripping wet and carrying a closed umbrella. What can be your assumption? Tell me, what can be your assumption? You are seeing your friend coming wet and umbrella is closed. What can be your assumption?
Screen is not visible. Question, sir.
Maybe it was raining outside and she carried an umbrella.
She's wet, so it is raining. Umbrella is closed. Maybe क्या हो गया? Umbrella चली नहीं. कुछ तो हो गया, challenge हो गया. So in spite of having umbrella, she is not able to, save herself. है ना? ये सब assumption है. ठीक है? Right? Now, what can be inference? Information is little less here, so I'll just directly tell you. Sarah was outside recently and that her umbrella might be broken and she forgot to open it in time. There can be 1, 2, 3, 4 facts which led to the situation is your inference. Understanding? The moment you are seeing Sarah in this situation, you are assuming that it is raining outside. Now, kuch to hua hoga, hai na? So there can be one fact that her umbrella was broken. There can be another fact that she did not open the umbrella. There can be another fact that rain was so heavy that it came so heavily that she did not get a chance and she got wet. Okay? So if there are 1, 2, 3, 4 facts given, then you will infer that this happened and this is the cause of her wetting. Okay? Implication is like a future thing. Okay? Implication is like a hint, like this everything has happened and something now has to take care of, or something has to, something has to thought upon to take the action. It is happening in future. So here implication is like that the office floor is about to get slippery because Sarah will walk on the office floor and her dress is wet and water will be everywhere, or that Sarah might be late for her meeting because she needs to dry off. Understanding implication is like a future thing which is giving you hint of future due to present situation. Okay? So just normally just remember 2, 3 things. Assumption versus inference. So assumption is without facts, inference is with facts. Assumption is unstated premise and inference is derived conclusion. Okay? Assumption is unstated belief or unstated premise, but implication is hint by the passage author or hint by the present situation. Everybody with me?
I'm still not clear, ma'am. Can you elaborate with easily?
Solve passage and then you will understand. Right now only you understand that assumption is something that you assume based on your experience and your understanding. It does not have facts base or evidence support. Inference is like you have facts, 1, 2, 3, 4 facts is given and then you are deriving a scientific conclusion. Implication is like something is given in the passage and in future something is going to happen. Okay? So that hint author is giving. Okay, 3 things. Okay, now let us go and solve and practice how we can do this. So assumption, let us solve question 14 CSE 2024. 1 minute. Question 14 CSE 2024. Okay, solved everybody. Okay, so let us see. Yes, okay, I saw the answers of everybody. Okay, so assumption is okay. So I will just show you the answer and then only I will tell you one lesson that we can learn here and you can use it in the future assumption question. Question. Okay, the same passage, है ना? Based on the passage, following assumption have been made. Okay. Internet is not inclusive enough. Can you tell me where this passage is talking about inclusivity?
Ma'am, in the first line itself,
है ना?
not every voice.
Not every voice in the internet commands the same kind of audience, and also it is talking about quality of politics suffers because something is getting louder noise वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है? Okay. So assumption is something which you cannot see directly in the passage. Understanding? Mind this rule. Yeah? Not rule, but like it can be a convention that you can follow. Assumption will be something which is not directly written in the passage, but it is while reading the passage you get that meaning. Okay? Okay. Now second is internet can adversely affect the quality of politics in country. Where it is written? Is it given somewhere? Or is it?
Ma'am, it is given.
Huh?
Ma'am, it's given, no? In the 8th line, I guess. Quality of politics suffers.
If political discourse in the digital sphere is a matter of outshining one's opponent till election is won, then quality of politics suffers. The focus of social media is restricted on content, not on inflammatory things. So, if it is saying can, it is not saying that internet adversely affect the quality of politics. Understanding, it is saying internet can adversely affect quality of politics in a country. So let us suppose in politics two opponents are doing some inflammatory speeches and internet is promoting them, which is given in here. Okay? And somebody is getting elected which is not worthy, but just because he is louder, he is getting more space and opinion in the internet and social media, he is getting one, है ना? And then the quality of politics is suffering. Anybody got confused and rejected statement 1 or statement 2? Anybody?
Ma'am, the first statement that internet is not inclusive enough is a little bit extreme. Don't you think that? I mean, had it been
why internet is not inclusive enough. If it is saying internet is not at all inclusive, then it is extreme.
Oh, the word enough makes it diluted,
enough.
right?
So this helps in GS also. When you are solving GS MCQ, see the wordings and see how the statement is going towards a safer or dangerous zone. Anybody else rejected any other statement?
Ma'am, I rejected second statement because, as you told, assumption should not have that shouldn't be present in the original passage, right? But the quality of politics is directly given in the passage.
Who said? Like I said, what?
Assumption means that is hidden thing. It is not mentioned in the passage, but it is indirectly said. That is what assumption is, right, ma'am?
I said assumption mostly may be not given directly in the passage. Do not reject it just because it is not given in the passage if the meaning is same.
Okay.
And second thing, internet can adversely affect quality of politics in the country. ये तो direct statement नहीं है. We are assuming ना that if politics is having louder voice and if social media is promoting inflammatory content, then it can suffer. Understanding?
Okay,
so
ma'am.
हाँ, ठीक है. So like something will be there like we have seen now that if the given fact is correct, but this passage is not talking about it, we are rejecting it. But in the assumption, we are not doing that. In assumption, we are thinking now whether this passage is having that meaning, whether this paragraph is having that meaning.
Ma'am, the second statement could be like this also. No, internet can affect the quality of politics in a country, like as it is. Why examiner has put the word adversely?
हाँ, so but then can adversely is making it extreme?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
No, why? See, like we have seen. Let us suppose in your let us suppose 3 people are fighting. ठीक है? Let us suppose 300 people are fighting, and there is role of internet. Have you seen America का election? What was the role of social media? Are you aware?
Hello. Yeah, ma'am.
हाँ, so social media outrightly changed the electoral mandate itself. So if just because of louder voice and just because of internet, your result is changing, then it will adversely affect the quality of politics.
Okay.
See,
Yeah,
I have observed that unnecessarily do not think, na, this can be extreme. How this is possible? Unnecessarily do not think.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Any other doubt, anybody? So assumption, remember that I'm not saying that it should not be written and then only it is assumption. Assumption is like that while reading, you are getting the feeling that this passage is saying something. And if it is written, okay. If it is not written, then just because it is not written, do not reject it. Understanding? Okay. Okay. Any other doubt, anybody? Okay. Now with all these lessons, do this question. Assumption question 33 COC 2023. 33 COC 2023. Okay, and why are you also forgetting why are you also forgetting our normal rule? What is our normal rule? Based on the above passage, what are the assumptions made? So you are thinking about whether this statement 1 and statement 2 logical, illogical. है so internet is not inclusive enough, logical. Internet can adversely affect, can बोला है. Internet adversely affect the quality of politics होता तो I would have said कि ये उतना सही नहीं है. But can बोला है तो it can तो कुछ भी हो सकता है. Understanding, right? Then if both the statements are logical, then you are thinking whether I should take the 1 is right or 2 is right. If you are rejecting them as illogical in the first place, then the answer तो wrong ही चला जाएगा. Understanding? Okay, so it's okay. Maybe you have not thought with this method previously, then you are thinking and you are trying to adapt. Okay, so anything new that you are learning, it will take some time to get into your blood. Okay, right? So in LTP, like in GS, I teach logical thinking patterns for GS PYQ. Okay, what happens? People cannot erase their old patterns and make new patterns, because in LTP I teach 30 new patterns which I have observed in my preparation, and I teach them like in such a statement you should do this, in such a statement you should think like this. So people already have their own old patterns with which they are solving the question. So it is not possible in one day or in 2 sessions they will adapt to what I am saying. But yes, definitely after certain sessions and after certain practice, they are solving the question exactly the way I am solving. So this will happen in RC also. Do not blame yourself or do not feel like I am not getting the question right. It is just one session. You have learned this method. You have to apply it. You have to correct it. You have to learn, and then you have to see whether your accuracy is increasing or not. Okay? Okay. Question number 33. Yes, question number 33, 2023. Everyone else solved this.
Last question, I have a small doubt, ma'am.
Okay, tell me.
Ma'am, when I see the sentence, first option, I'm not getting the meaning. So what to do if I'm not getting the meaning? How to understand the meaning of it? Okay,
internet is not inclusive enough. Iska meaning.
Exactly, why I'm not getting. Now I am understanding. At the first, I'm not understanding.
What you were not understanding? You were not understanding inclusive.
Actually, we're including enough. There, I stuck with, ma'am.
Okay. Internet. So it is like internet is not inclusive. If it is the statement, it becomes very extreme. That how can you say? Now, internet also equalizes so many things. Internet gives voice to the marginalized people. Anybody can go on internet and talk about their thing. But it is not inclusive enough, means there are some flaws which is hampering their inclusivity. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
You can see Hindi translation.
No, actually, the meaning inclusive, I didn't understand actually exactly at that time.
इंटरनेट पर्याप्त रूप से समावेशी नहीं है. ठीक है, हिंदी is also difficult. ठीक है, so sometimes when you are stuck in English, you go to Hindi, try to see if you can get the thing. ठीक है, बट समझ में आना चाहिए, इट इज अ वेरी नॉर्मल स्टेटमेंट, ठीक है, प्रैक्टिस, मोर प्रैक्टिस, ठीक है, ओके, एवरीबडी सॉल्व दिस, ओके, ठीक है, डन, so we will solve this question, last thing, question 33 2023, question 33 2023, next हाँ, nice, this is organic wala question. So it is directly talking about that organic farming is safer and healthier, but farmer are not understanding. And we have already done this, right? I think for one question. Huh? So for message, we have done this paragraph already. Okay. So now for assumption, same paragraph. So based on the above passage, assumption one, organic farming is inherently unsafe. How many of you took this statement right? I hope nobody. पहला sentence है ऑर्गेनिक फार्मिंग इज इनहेरेंटली सेफर, खत्म, ठीक है, ओके, सो दिस इज इलॉजिकल, दिस इज नॉट ट्रू. नाउ फार्मर्स एंड कंज्यूमर्स नीड टू बी एजुकेटेड अबाउट इको फ्रेंडली फूड. नाउ आई एम थिंकिंग, वेयर इज इको फ्रेंडली फूड हियर, वेयर इज द वर्ड, नो वर्ड, राइट, ठीक है, सो द वर्ड इको फ्रेंडली फूड इज नॉट गिवन हियर, बट माई डायरेक्शन इज assumption. Can I assume organic farming is eco friendly?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I assume? ठीक है, right? Okay. So
Yes,
then
ma'am.
I'm thinking, if organic farming is eco-friendly food, then definitely organic farming is facing challenges that farmers are not knowing what to do and what not to do, and they need education. So my keyword assumption will help me to make this right. If I do not think assumption and if I treat it normally, farmers and consumers need to be educated about eco-friendly food. What you will think, the passage is not at all talking about eco-friendly food, you will eliminate B and you will go for D. How many of you did it? Anyone? No, all of you did B. I'll just
Yes,
check
ma'am.
the box. Very good, very good. Understanding how your direction will help you to go towards correct answer. Good.
Yes, ma'am.
ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. Now, like, take these lessons and incorporate them whenever you are solving, and then you'll see that your accuracy is increasing. You are getting more number of right questions than previous things. Okay. Now let us do question. Okay, assumption we have done two things. Inference. Now assumption we were just thinking without any facts. Now inference, just remember that you have to do the fact based thing. Okay. So inference question 44 CSC 2022. Yes, who has raised the hand? Any doubt? Question 44 CSC 2022.
I'm in question number 33. If the question will be like a most logical, rational, practical message conveyed, then what will be the answer, ma'am?
33 2023.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
33 2023.
If
Most.
yes, ma'am.
Tell me most.
Ma'am, most logical, rational. That 34 option question option will be the 33 the question. Then,
Okay.
ma'am. Then yes, ma'am. Then what will be the answer?
So your direction is most logical, rational, practical message, and your options are 1 and 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Then if you need to choose between 1 and 2, and your option is like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1 on 1 and 2, then you will definitely go with 2 only.
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, yes. Your question 44 CSC 2022. Done, everyone? Let me check chat box. Question 44 CSC 2022. Okay, let us solve. ठीक है, C C A C D. Okay, D. Okay, now let's do one thing. ठीक है, let us solve next question. Question 23, 2023. Sorry, question 22 and 23 both. Question 22, question 23, 2023. Question 22, question 23, 2023. Now next two questions are question 22, 23, 2023. Inference. Can you see question 22 now? Which of the following statements best reflects logical inference? Okay, so it is talking about inference, that which is based on some facts you are telling me something. So the passage is talking about good governance, increases accountability of company, external financing people like to invest in companies where standards are disclosed, timely reporting is there. And if standards are disclosed and timely reporting is there, treatment to all stakeholders is made. That means that company is having good governance. This is the link. Okay. So now what is the logical inference? It is an important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to good external financing. So agenda of countries about external financing. This is not the topic of the passage. The topic of the passage is good governance, corporate governance, and the inference will be based around that. Okay, this is my thinking. So I am thinking whether it can be right or wrong. Okay, now next, good corporate. Okay, so A is logical or illogical? Statement.
Illogical.
Illogical, ma'am.
Huh?
It's not
It's
related to the
illogical.
passage, I think.
Normal.
Logical.
Take A as a separate standalone statement. Tell me logical, illogical.
Logical.
Logical.
No, it is logical.
It's an important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to good external financing. Normal, logical statement.
It is logical.
Normally it is right, ma'am.
Normal. I am talking about normal. Okay. Now, second, good corporate governance improves the credibility of the firm. Logically, logical.
Logical.
Yes, ma'am, logical.
Okay. C. National capital markets ensure that firm maintains good corporate governance.
Logical, ma'am.
We cannot say, ma'am, it can be.
Okay. It can be. International capital markets ensures that firms maintains good corporate governance, not necessarily. Okay. Next,
Yes, ma'am.
good corporate governance paves the way for robust supply chain.
This is also same. We cannot say.
Necessarily, or maybe very highly unlikely. Okay. So in A, B, C, D, logically and illogically, everything is sounding like okay, can be. Understanding? Now I will think from inference perspective. Okay. So inference is like there are some facts given in the passage and I am going in that direction. First fact is corporate governance gives accountability. Second fact is increasing international capital market, and to tap that market you need good corporate governance. Okay. Third thing is investors will invest into you if you have 1, 2, 3 things, which is corporate governance. Okay. So inference is like, is it good important agenda of the countries around the world to ensure access to good external financing, or it will be like a good corporate governance is leading you to good external financing?
Second one, ma'am. Good corporate will lead to.
First statement is sounding like a normal fact-based statement. Understanding? See the difference between first statement and second statement. Second is like good corporate governance improves the credibility of the firm. So good corporate governance is giving you 1, 2, 3 criteria, and if you have 1, 2, 3 criteria, investors are investing in you. Okay. Third statement, international capital market ensures that firm maintains good corporate governance. Not necessarily. And this is also, the passage is not talking about this. Passage is talking about if you have good corporate governance, if you have credibility, you will get investment. Last thing, good corporate governance paves the way for robust supply chain. ये तो passage बात ही नहीं कर रहा है. Is it assumption? Are we supposed to assume? ठीक है, तो fourth is definitely not there. We are not assuming it. It is not like that you should think about a long-term supply chain wala thing in good corporate governance. ठीक है, C is highly unlikely, not necessarily. ठीक है, now between A and B, A is a fact-based kind of statement, and B is sounding like that whatever you are assuming 1, 2, 3 link, and it is leading to the similar meaning as B. Anyone chose any other thing?
Ma'am, why not C? As in, because the passage talks about corporates are trying to get funds from external markets, and because they want funds from external market, they are trying to maintain a good corporate structure, a good corporate governance structure, so that investors, because the line was written that investors look to place their funds where the standards of disclosure are tight.
Yes.
So, ma'am, I mean, so because international capital market is there, they're trying to maintain a good corporate governance, so they get funding.
Understanding. See the wording. International capital market ensure that firm maintains good corporate governance. No, they are not ensuring. International capital markets invest in firm which is maintaining good corporate governance. Understanding? They don't have that obligation of ensuring or maintaining.
Ma'am, can you
okay, ठीक है. So investor look to place their fund where the standards are disclosure and corporate governance is followed, वगैरह वगैरह. ठीक है. So investors look to place. It is not saying that due to investor, everybody is trying to maintain everything. Investor is not ensuring. Investor is looking to place into good corporate governance. C statement says international capital market ensures that firm maintains good corporate governance. It is not ensuring. It will invest into good corporate governance. But firms ensure that they maintain good corporate governance so that they get the international capital market.
Okay, ma'am. So what would you change in the statement to make it correct?
Between, if I have to make the choice, are you stuck between B and C?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, because I marked B, I cut it and then I marked C.
No. So tell me which is safer.
Ma'am, B is safer, but after reading C, I went on to see more.
No, so see, you are not understanding this. The same thing happened in the first doubt that you asked Bhagyesh. The link is vice versa. International capital market ensures firm maintain good corporate governance. No, firm ensures that they maintain good corporate governance, so they get the international capital market access.
Correct, ma'am. That I'm totally with you on that. Ma'am, I'm confused.
And B option is good corporate governance improves credibility of firm. Yes, good corporate governance is like disclosing this, disclosing this, disclosing this. That's why you have credibility, and that's why you are getting investment. You get investment due to your credibility only.
Right, ma'am.
So if you are giving your corporate governance, you are getting investment. That means your credibility is there.
Correct, ma'am.
And also in the second line, there is accountability. So this gives strength to the B option. Credibility, accountability.
Yes. See, Bhagyesh, in the first, I think I'm not remembering, but in that sentence also, you were confused for the given statement, but the given statement was not true. Vice versa was true. Okay, just check which was that statement. Okay?
Yes, ma'am, I'll do that. Ma'am, actually, the problem here is that I'm not assuming it absolutely correct. Like the C option, I found it more better because it was overall. I mean, the passage was overall reading.
No, C option is meaningless. Why are you finding it better? Is international capital market ensuring that they are maintaining good corporate governance? It is a direct statement. Bhagyesh is ensuring that I do study. Is it a direct statement?
No.
Understanding, like this is direct statement, but this is not true, no?
Right, ma'am. So it is other way around because it is like for international capital market, they are trying to maintain a good corporate structure. So yes.
Okay. Any other doubt, anybody? Okay.
No.
Good. Yes. Tell me, Suresh.
No doubt.
No doubt. Okay. Now next passage. This is also very good. Okay. I hope all of you understood this and you have definitely the most logical and rational inference. So always for inference, play on facts. So what is the first fact? Elephant is the landscape architecture. That means they can engineer and they can do so many things. Okay? They are clearing forests, preventing outgrowth, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. Okay? Now second fact is they eat plants and they spread the seeds. Okay? Third fact is their dung is also important. They are giving nourishment to the plants and animals. Fourth fact is they are digging hole and benefiting the wildlife. That means elephant are helping forest and biodiversity and species around them in multiple ways. This is my the understanding. Okay? So first option, the home range of elephant needs to be vast area of rich biodiversity. This is very half-hearted kind of thing. It is just talking about this option. Are you understanding that elephants are landscape architecture, so they need space? This is not talking about all these things where the elephant is getting described again and again. Second, elephants are the keystone species and they benefit the biodiversity. Okay, okay. So here it is benefiting biodiversity, it is benefiting, but I will read other options. Rich biodiversity cannot be maintained, illogical. Without the presence of elephant, this is extreme illogical statement, right? There are so many forests in India where there are no elephants, but still there is rich biodiversity. Understanding why I'm treating it as an extreme and illogical? Okay. Fourth, elephants are capable of regenerating forest with species as per their requirement. How many of you chose D? Anyone? Suresh?
No, it is not, ma'am. As per their requirement, they cannot produce.
Very good.
Up to some
Very
extent, they can.
Very good. Okay. So definitely all of you are stuck. If you are stuck in B and D while choosing. Now you are thinking elephants are capable of re-engineering the forest. Till this statement is true. Hai? Elephants are capable of re-engineering their forest with species as per their requirement. This is telling us that elephant will not consider anything and they will just keep on doing their own things. But in passage, it is little contradictory that they are digging holes, they are benefiting other wildlife, they are spreading the seeds, they are doing this, they are doing that, and herbivorous animals are doing all these things. So this is going little in contradictory with what is getting described. Compared to D, isn't B a separate option? Elephants are keystone species and they benefit biodiversity. 4 facts are there where it is talking that elephant is benefiting biodiversity. Doubt here, anybody? Okay, to do all these things, you need high concentration. So today onwards, you take a challenge that for 40 continuous minutes, you are having the world's best concentration. You have to develop that. Maybe right now it is your span will be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, increase it to 15, 20, 25 and go up till 40. Once you achieve that span in 40 minutes, 30 CSAT questions, RC question you are solving and getting accuracy. This is the agenda. Okay? Okay, now our last question. Now, last question in inference. It is like question 44 CSC 2022. How many of you got different answer than D? Question 44 2022. How many of you? Most of you. Yes, this is trap. Okay? Again, I have already told you that one trap we had seen, that you will not be convinced that this is the answer when UPSC giving you the answer. This is that type of question. That's why I chose. Okay? This passage is talking about in 2020 also, they did it like so many people were debating that this is the answer, that is the answer, and UPSC was giving something which is not at all looking like an answer. But we cannot do. Okay? So for this passage, it is like the demographic dividend. So this passage is talking about demographic dividend is in India. It is related to working age population. It is swelling. It is window of opportunity. And then in Ireland and China, it became the source of energy. And then it is the engine of economic growth. And what happens? Demographic population is dividend is in working population. Working population do the job. They do the savings. Savings leads to growth. Saving rate increases, economic growth increases. So this is the link. Demographic dividend, working age population, more jobs and working, and saving leads to engine growth. Okay? Now, but all these things happens when the quality of working age population is there. And for that quality, you need education, skill, human capital, everything. Understanding? This is the passage. Now all the facts are there. Now it is talking about with in reference to the passage, which of the following inferences can be drawn? 1. Demographic dividend is an essential condition for a country to rapidly increase its economic growth rate. 1. Promotion of higher education is an essential condition for a country for its rapid economic growth. Now tell me, what is your answer?
And B, ma'am, not necessarily they cannot be the essential condition for it, because there are more conditions for it.
Okay. Anyone else?
I marked A, one
A.
only.
Okay.
I marked C.
Okay. Okay.
I marked A.
Okay. Can you tell me what is our first rule? Our first rule. What is the first rule when you read the options, when you read the statements?
Is it logical or not?
Logic.
Said logical and
Illogical. Okay. Demographic dividend is an essential condition for a country to rapidly increase its economic growth rate. Tell me whether America, Ireland, whether some small European country which is developed, which is having economic high growth rate, whether other country which is having some high growth rate is essentially having demographic dividend. There are
Ma'am, should we go out of GS knowledge? Should we go for GS knowledge also?
no. So it is talking about inferences, right? First and foremost step is logic, illogical. I'm not saying the moment you are feeling this is illogical, you will negate it. But the first step is logic, illogical. Now with that thing, you know that first statement cannot be necessarily true. Understanding? Okay?
Yeah, ma'am.
If it is saying essential, then it can be true. If it is saying most essential, then it can be like wrong.
No, even if it is saying essential, there are so many countries now which did not undergo demographic dividend, but they had so many other factors.
But the
But
passage is saying the same thing,
Ma'am,
and
sorry, continue. I'm sorry.
and the passage is saying the same thing, that demographic dividend is an essential thing for development.
See, I'm not arguing with you that how you should not get D. Even if I am sitting in exam hall, I will mark this question wrong. Are you understanding? We are trying to understand how UPSC is thinking. Understanding, most of you and including me also sometimes, we will get this question wrong in actual exam hall. Understanding?
Yes.
Now I'm telling you like why UPSC must have given this answer. See, can you see I have not even solved this question, just like the other question.
Yes.
Okay, understanding? So just read the first statement. Demographic dividend is an essential condition for a country to rapidly increase its economic growth. Yes, which statement you are saying Nidhi?
The whole thing is about that only, that
Which statement?
that here in Ireland and China, we know that this is a source of energy and an engine for economic growth.
But is it saying that this is the essential condition, without demographic dividend no country can achieve it?
Mentioning can be, ma'am, there.
Understanding, everybody? So maybe this can be the mistake that students can commit and they will get the answer wrong. They are going in tune with the passage and they are not seeing other things. Yes, who has raised the hand?
Ma'am, there is another word where it's written rapidly. I mean, rapid economic growth is also there. Rapidly
Yes, that is
increases
also.
economic.
I am coming to that. Yes, I am coming to that. Okay. So one word is essential condition, another word is rapidly. Okay. So maybe UPSC is thinking that this cannot be true and this is not mentioned in the passage, inference वगैरह वगैरह कुछ तो होगा, and they are considering this statement as wrong. Second thing, promotion of higher education is an essential condition for a country for its rapid economic growth. What about this statement? What is your take?
Ma'am, higher education is not there. It is only the education and skill, not higher
ये तो
education.
passage तो बोल भी नहीं रहा है इसके बारे में. Understanding? Can you see this? For that quality of working age population, this implies bringing back the importance of education. Where is higher education here? Understanding? So you should be stuck on A or D. If you are marking B or C, you are not understanding this passage at all. How many of you were stuck in A and D? Like just check
Ma'am,
chat box.
in A actually.
हाँ A ले लिया तो I can still understand that this mistake can happen, ठीक है? But if you are C, if you are, I'm just checking. So many of you mark C. How can C be the thing? Bhagesh C, Rohan C. Now,
Ma'am, the
and-
reason I marked C was that taking first and second statement correct, I went with the rapid increase in economic growth were under that. If it had been normal increase in growth, not
you
rapid, then,
missed higher in second, right?
yes, ma'am. But then because education was there,
See, inference is not assumption.
right.
Understanding? Yes, Harshita, you raised the hand.
Ma'am, what I felt in the inference keyword is not only from the passage, we should also think from other angles. Like we have to borrow GS knowledge also. Is that true?
Always fact based. Inference is always fact based. Okay? No, it is not like that you should have GS knowledge and all these things. GS knowledge, so making the statement logically illogical. So second statement is definitely a wrong statement. By any means, I cannot accept that you took second as right and you are confused. ये तो होना ही नहीं चाहिए. First statement, I can definitely understand that in exam hall pressure, it can happen that you feel that demographic dividend is an essential condition because this passage is talking about this. But standalone, if you are seeing the statement is not that correct, and that's why maybe UPSC has marked it wrong. Now
Okay, ma'am.
understand those who are getting questions wrong. Understand, maybe you are not reading each and every keyword. Each and every word matters. Here, if you are missing higher, you are gone. And second thing, even if you are reading, you are not thinking about it. Understanding? So Bhagesh read this option. Which option? Question. I'm just taking his example. So many other people are also making this mistake. Reading, see each and every word reading, but not thinking and thinking that what is the exact meaning. And here, if you are missing higher, that means you are not reading each and every word. Or if you are reading, you are not stressing and thinking. Then lack of concentration or lack of importance of each and every word in para or each and every word in option. This hampers in GS also. So many people make silly mistakes just because they do not read a word or they are not thinking about that word. Understanding? So take this lesson. All of you, whatever mistakes are happening, just write it down. Make them correct in the next sessions. Okay?
Ma'am, one small doubt was there that in questions like inference, we still have to go with only the passage, as in what words are there in the passage. Because in this question, I assumed certain things which can be true outside.
You cannot assume, no? Like you are assuming education means higher education.
Right.
And that too, you are assuming that higher education is an essential condition for a country for its rapid economic growth.
Right, ma'am. So we just don't have to go outside the passage.
In assume, like based on my experience, I will tell you, just in assumption, you have some liberty.
Okay.
है ना?
And ma'am, what about the word rapid increase? Like the first option, as in about demographic.
ये भी उतना sync में नहीं जाएगा. Like this is making it little extreme. We don't know why UPSC negated it, but we are assuming that this might have happened, this might have thought of.
So ma'am,
Yes.
A should have been better. I mean, if
you are marking A, it is still acceptable. It is a normal mistake.
So,
Ma'am, we can rule out option A by the term which was used in the passage as a great opportunity. Demographic dividend as a great opportunity, not a necessity. So essential condition, it cannot be an essential condition.
But that is common sense also. There are so many countries which are not having demographic dividend and then still getting the rapid economic growth. Okay, let me move to next. Otherwise, we will not end this session. Okay, implied.
Actually, sorry,
Last.
ma'am. Actually, in the passage only, he said it can be a source of energy and engine for economic growth. He doesn't say
Not an essential thing.
essentially.
It is not an
He
essential thing.
mentioned clearly can be.
Yes. So all of you take one exercise with you. Whenever you are reading a passage, even you are reading can, may, essential, energy, वगैरह वगैरह, a and the, ये भी आप पढ़ रहे हो. ठीक है? If you are missing even the, even and, even the meaning of sentence will change. And this will help you in GS also. Okay? So our last discussion is implied by passage and implication. Okay? So what we are saying, implication is like a future hint. Okay? So let us do question 61 2022. Let us do these two questions. Question 61 2022, question 21 2023. Both. Question 61, question 21. 2024, I observed they are asking only assumption crux, assumption crux, assumption crux. In only some years, they will be going out of track and they're asking implication and all these things. Okay, so don't be worried. Okay, chalo, let's solve. So we have question 61 2022. Now here, I hope all of you got the answer because it is very straightforward. Like there is no rule of implied or implication also here. Okay? So it is talking about, okay, majority of the people fail to accumulate money sufficient for their needs are generally easily influenced by. जिसके पास money नहीं है उसके पास opinions है लोगों के. ठीक है? Now they permit news, matlab they are getting influenced by newspaper, gossiping neighbors. Opinions are the cheapest commodity. सब जगह पे है, flocks of opinion everybody has. And if you are influenced by opinions, then you reach decisions. You will not succeed in undertaking any वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. So this passage is about how role of opinions and how role of money is there in and the correlation. ठीक है? So what is implied? ठीक है? Now implied by the passage is like what passage hint is getting, like what is the hint that the passage wants to give you. One is most of the people do not accumulate money for their needs. ठीक है? पहला statement तो most of the people do not accumulate money for their needs. ठीक है? True or false? Logical or illogical? Can you guess? Can you guess? We don't know. We don't know.
Logical, no?
World population is a vast thing, है ना? Even if we think that most of the people accumulate money, but we cannot say ना this is logical, this is illogical. ठीक है? So ठीक है, we are leaving it. B. Most of the people never fail to accumulate money for their needs.
Logical, ma'am.
To accumulate money, and the first line is majority of the people who fail to accumulate money. ठीक है? So this passage tone is about there are many people who are failing to accumulate money and they are getting influenced by opinions, and opinions do this and opinions do that and opinions do that, वगैरह वगैरह वगैरह. And B is talking about most of the people never fail to accumulate money for their needs. So this is like that social media wala thing, that passage tone is going in negative thing and social media strengthens democracy is like a positive thing. Understanding? Not exactly the same, but B is not going sync with the what passage is telling. Understanding? Okay. So I'm thinking A can be, B cannot be. So I don't know. Let's go to C. There are people who fail to accumulate money for their needs. First line is saying that majority of the people who fail to accumulate money, they are influenced by the opinions. Okay. Last line. There is no need to accumulate money. Out of ABC, you see B and D are little illogical, considering the passage and everything. Okay. Any of you got confused in B and D? Okay. How many of you could not choose C and chose something else? How many of you? If you chose B, if you chose A, if you chose D, why? Yes, Dev. Yes, Dev, you have raised the hand.
Actually, madam, I just in a hurry, I just saw the answer and marked it. Afterward, I came to know that C is the answer.
Saw the answer means
In hurry bari, I just both the illogical answer I eliminated. Then I just went for the A. Then after the rush of the blood, I just seen again. So C is
so
the
you
answer.
just played a tukka and you got it right?
No,
Okay.
not
Yes.
tukka. I just went
Okay.
with the flow.
You gave it like you like marked it, but you don't know why, right? Okay. Anyone else? But see, if you are able to eliminate two options, Dave, and you are remaining with the rest of the two options, then you are going with your gut feeling, maybe what is given in the passage and what is best, like that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yes. Then if it is going in right direction for so many questions in such a situation, then that means your gut feeling is good. After reading the passage, you are able to understand what is the answer. Yes. Anyone else? Anyone else? Okay. All of you got C? Simple?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay. Good. Now next question is your 21/2023. Okay. So this passage is talking about, okay. So this is like, it is talking about there is pollution and people are taking drastic action, odd even, factories shut down, school shut down, वगैरह वगैरह. But still the air is not clean. That means drastic actions are not helping. Okay? And it is also explaining that you are taking, vehicle, you are scrapping, but older vehicle are only 1%. You are, banning fuels, but diesel are causing more, वगैरह वगैरह. So it is telling the contradiction of ban and fact. Okay? So in this passage, the whole feeling that I am getting was it is talking about contradiction, that the arbitrary ban is doing something and the fact is something. Ban is something, fact is something. Okay? So I just wrote my feeling rather than just circling everything. Okay? Then arbitrary ban on the vehicles have been passed, mandated fitness tests are unfair, वगैरह वगैरह. It is telling. Now it is telling that ये कुछ नहीं work कर रहा है. So you need to come up with the scientific and reliable information. What is the source of pollutant, and then only you tell the technology, and that will help you. Okay? So now most logical and rational implication. One, arbitrary curbs on vehicle to reduce pollution are difficult to implement. No, they are implementing. They are implementing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is not difficult. It is not giving you result. That is the challenge. So एक तो गया, A तो outrightly gone. B, knee-jerk reaction cannot solve the problem of pollution, but an evidence-based approach will be more effective. Normally, standalone, is this statement okay? Okay. So now the statement is okay. I cannot eliminate it. Now I have to just cross-check and then decide whether this is answer. C, a heavy penalty should be enforced on those driving without periodic pollution test. ये तो बात ही नहीं कर रहा है. मतलब passage is not talking about all these things, and it is not. Implication means what? You have to do something so that your problem is getting solved. You have to take some action in future so that you are getting solution. So is this narrow solution, heavy penalty should be enforced on driving without periodic pollution test, is going to solve all these things? Okay. Now D, in the absence of laws to deal with the problems of pollution, the administration tends to make arbitrary decision. Now,
Even
tell Suresh.
even last also they can take arbitrary decisions, so they cannot be.
No. So the moment I am saying implication, you have to think about that that you have to find out the source of pollution and then technology. Hint of the passage, hint of the author. Okay, right? And then it is talking about knee-jerk reaction is not helping. You need evidence-based. Now, if implication is there, this is the answer. If I say what is the inference of this passage, then your answer is D. Understanding, in the absence of laws to deal with problem of pollution, administration tends to make arbitrary decision because there are so many facts that they have taken this steps because there are no comprehensive laws. Understanding, everyone?
Ma'am, but the passage does not talk anything about laws per se. It talks about.
I am not going into that. I'm just saying you, if I change the command of the question, then your answer changes.
Still, it should be B, right?
Inference.
I mean, ma'am, because the passage talks about evidence, and because ma'am, even for nitrous oxide, even for CO, diesel engines and all, it is talking that there is no data about CNG. That no nitrous oxide amount data is about CNG. So there is a lack of data. There is a lack of evidence.
Okay.
So the answer should still be B. I mean, even if there is an inference or assumption, because there is no mention of a law.
Okay, Bhagyesh, let us not go into that. We will just talk about implication. Okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
sure, ma'am. No problem.
So for tell me.
Ma'am, even present here, the D sentence in the absence of laws, even in the presence of laws also, they can do arbitrary actions, right? It is not necessary that if law is there, they cannot do arbitrary action. So
No.
I'm eliminating D, ma'am. D is not correct, I'm thinking, because in the presence
You
of
are
laws
eliminating
also.
D.
Yes, I'm eliminating D, ma'am, because in the presence of laws also, they can take arbitrary actions. So it is not absence of laws to deal with the problem solution. The administration can to make arbitrary decisions is not correct only, right?
Acha, this is your understanding, Suresh, but Bhagyesh is saying something else. It's okay. Anybody who is not getting answer, implication is B. Anybody choosing something else?
Ma'am, answer is what, ma'am, now? D or P?
Answer is?
I'm confused.
Answer
For me,
is
it is
B.
B.
C for, okay,
Okay.
let me just
Fine,
remove
fine,
this
fine.
confusion. Yeah. So I'm talking about implication and answer is B. Anybody getting any other answer? Anyone getting any other answer? So I will tell you one thing. Okay. So I have listened to so many students. The way Suresh is thinking is a very simple thing. Understanding. And he is getting most of the answers correct. Have you anybody observed? If you think simple and if you go by logical things, your chances of getting answers right increases, which is happening with Suresh. And if you are thinking complicatedly and if you are just going into technicalities, your chances of getting things right decreases because you are getting confused. This I have observed by students' replies. Understanding? Okay. Anybody, any other challenge? No? All of you got answer B? Let me check chat box. So this is question number 21. Most of you got B. Very good. 21B, 21B, 21B. Okay, good. Anybody, any other challenge? I think we are done with our slide that whatever I had listed down the question numbers and the direction. Okay. So I think we are done with the this thing like the session agenda. Let me conclude and then I'll take your doubts. Okay. So we have seen different directives. What was our agenda? That we have to understand what is the meaning of the directive and then able to solve the answer. We have also observed that in 80%, 75 to 80% of the questions, your directives will not play a major role. Your normal thinking, reading the passage in one go and understanding the things in your blood with high focus, then you're reading your options, then in that 4 options, you're already eliminating 2 options. If this is the condition, you are on right track. If you are not able to eliminate 2 options outrightly after reading the passage, that means you have to hone the skill of mastering the reading passage in one go and understanding of each and every word and each and every sentences. Okay? For that, you have to increase your concentration. For that, you have to increase the practice. Now, once you are stuck on to 50-50 wala option and out of that one is the answer, you can definitely look what is the directive and if that directive can help you to go towards the right answer. Okay? Do not fear for the directive. Most of the passage you will solve irrespective of directive. Some passages definitely take the care and whatever we have taught, I think that is very sufficient thing. Okay? There can be 1 or 2 directives which I have not covered, but I have scanned 2023, 2022 and 2024. Most of the directives were crux, assumption, then your implication, implication inference to बहुत कम है. Like it is very rare. It is most of the times is crux and assumption. Okay. So if you do all these things, chances are very high that whatever you were solving in the previous in your previous habits or with your old patterns, whatever you are solving now, your accuracy will increase and you will definitely go towards making the questions maximum right. Many students have done it, and you will also do it. It's a matter of practice. So what is your task? You have to do, take, let us suppose three question paper, so we have already done bits and pieces. Okay, so 2013, 14, 15 onwards, you take every day, sit for 40 minutes. Target yourself that you are, maybe do not target for the time limit initially. Take 1 hour, solve 35 questions of 2013. See the accuracy, see where you are going wrong, why you are going wrong, like whether you are not able to focus in the passage, whether you are not able to understand the directives. Take out your mistakes, try to rectify in the second day. Then you sit for 55 minutes, make 5 minutes less, solve 2014. Then sit for the next day, take 5 minutes less, like do 50 questions, okay? And then you can do the 2015, like that. You go on next 10 days continuously dedicate for this. You will definitely be in a very, very, very better position compared to what you are now at the end of the 2021 wala paper, okay? And then you can solve 2025. Why I did not take 2025? There will be debate on this is answer, this is not the answer, and we have to wait for the UPSC answer key. Okay, so all these things you do, then you go on solving some other passages which is available in the market test series and everything, right? Second thing you can do is that taking editorials, small paragraphs, and making it a habit that you are reading it in one go with every details in your brain. If you can do that, it will be very, very, it will be very helpful for you to master that skill of reading in time-bound manner, in solving accurately and going towards accuracy. Most importantly, all this activity will help you to increase your confidence. I am really hopeful that whatever was your state before the session 1, it is not the state right now. At least you are able to understand what you are supposed to do for the RC. Now it's up to you how much efforts you are putting and how much accuracy you are maintaining and how much practice you are doing. It will depend on you. And then you have to, the more you will do, the more you will get. This is it. So, and this is exact what I have done. I have not done any rocket science for RC. I have learned from the PYQs how UPSC is thinking, where, like right now, I am sharing my learnings with you, but there was nobody to share with me, right? So I have inferred all these things and I have assumed all these things with my experience of solving RC. Okay? So you are lucky that there is somebody to pass on to that things to you, but I was doing on my own. So you are also capable of doing on your own. Try to engage yourself with all these things and try to develop your patterns of solving RC. And definitely the accuracy increases when you solve PYQ, when you go to see your mistakes and improve on them. Okay? So I wish you all the very best. Okay? I hope these two sessions were very helpful, right? And yes, yes, thank you, Harshita. Yes, learn new things. Yes, yes, Ratika, there are changes before and after the session. Thank you so much. Yes. Yes, Vaishnavi. Last year also I had done videos. Yes, so thank you so much, all of you, for being with me for these 2 sessions. I hope everything went smooth and you learned a lot of things. Now I will end this session.
Small doubt.